with this program, the main achievement I would say that came to me was the idea of eating right. My relationship with food changed completely, and I started looking at food differently. Now I'm able to keep a track of how many steps I am walking per day. I'm Dipesh.
Hmm.
Originally from India. I've been in India for most of my life, but I moved to Europe for work. Right now, I'm in Chicago. I'm doing my MBA here. I used to not count anything, and I was just like, yeah, okay, fine. I have to order this thing, and or I have to go out to eat this thing. I've been an emotional eater or binge eater all throughout my life, and that was one of the challenges that I had to tackle.
How were you able to manage your cravings, your treats, and also lose approximately 20 kgs of body weight during this time? What are two, three incidents which you would like to share regarding emotional eating, stress eating, or your binge eating episodes if you were struggling with any of those issues? Can you tell me, like, after 6 months of training with Team Train like AJ, what tangible or non tangible goals you were able to achieve which you are proud of? Like, if you have to define your top three wins from the program, what would that
Mhm.
be? How was
Mhm.
this experience different from your past experiences? Because you told me that you lost 15-20 kgs in the past as well, but you ended up regaining it back. Hi Dipesh, how are you?
Hi, Abhinav. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
All good. So first of all, let me do a quick introduction. So Dipesh is living in Chicago right now, and he started the fitness coaching program with us 6 months ago. At that time, he was also doing internship in Seattle. I think you were working 9 to 5 there. So he was basically struggling with his weight management issues, and in the entire program, he was able to lose approximately how much, Dipesh?
20 kgs.
20 kgs he was able to lose. And today this podcast episode is going to be about his journey, how he did it, and what tips he has for all of us. So Dipesh, should we start?
Absolutely, and thank you for having me here. Working with you was like really great, and I hope more and more people get to know about this. I'll be grateful if even a single person gets inspired and makes the transformation that they need.
Definitely. I think there are a lot of people who are already taking inspiration from the transformation we posted about
Mhm.
you. So today, first question I have with you, that first of all, tell us about yourself, who you are exactly, where you are right now, and what kind of job or work environment you are in right now, and what
Mhm.
specifically you achieved in last 6 months when you worked with us. Like, what were the three achievements which you were able to achieve?
Okay. So a little bit about myself. I'm Dipesh.
Hmm.
Originally from India. I've been in India for most of my life, but I moved to Europe for work. I was working for around 6, 7 years, and around in those 6, 7 years, I got too comfortable with all the earning and everything else that I started eating outside, spending a lot of money on food outside, and I never cared about what I was eating outside. And right now, I'm in Chicago. I'm doing my MBA here. So, as a student, it gets a little difficult to work out, focus on your diet plan, and manage all the things, especially when you have so many things to do alongside, like studies, plus you have a lot of night outs, plus you have to go to a lot of parties. So, with all of those things, it was a little bit difficult to manage what and how much you are eating when you're working out and all of those things. And I started this program somewhere in summer, in July last year, 2025. And with this program, the main achievement I would say that came to me was the idea of eating right. So, like, my relationship with food changed completely, and I started looking at food differently. Initially, I was like, okay, whenever I was eating out, I took it as a just option to eat outside and took it as a liberty to eat whatever I wanted. But now, whenever I go out to eat, I make sure that my diet has protein. I make sure that I count calories. By now, I have good idea about how many calories do certain items have, and I stick to those items. Like, I try to avoid junk food. So basically, my relationship with food has increased and improved over the period of time.
Hmm.
Uh, the second achievement is that now I'm able to keep a track of how many steps I am walking per day. So initially when I look at my history on my Apple Health, it just says like how many steps did you walk last year versus how many steps have you walked this year. So this year it has been more than the average of last year.
Hmm.
And I keep a daily track of how many steps I'm doing, regardless of whether I have to report it to anyone or not.
Hmm.
And the third achievement is now I have like kind of learned the postures and the way that I need to work out at the gym. So, what are the main focus areas that I should be
Hmm.
paying attention to? What are the kind of exercises that I need to focus on, and all of those things?
That's great, man. Like, I think overall, the biggest highlight for me in this entire thing which you have told, that your relationship with food evolved. So I have some questions regarding that as well. That when you talk about relationship with food, like, was it that all or nothing mindset when you're eating out versus when you're eating at home, like, was a different mindset? But whenever you go out now, even if you are having junk, do you eat entirely junk, or you try to club it together with some smart options as well? Like, what is your now changed way of eating junk food or looking at junk food as well? Like, is there any difference in that?
Yeah, absolutely. So before starting this program, I was like all in. Like if I'm eating outside, which used to be most of the days,
Hmm.
I used to not count anything, and I was just like, yeah, okay, fine. I have to order this thing, and or I have to
Hmm.
go out to eat this thing. So regardless of the place, be it McDonald's burger or be it any like
Hmm.
healthy place per se,
Hmm.
I would
Hmm.
just eat anything and everything. And
Hmm.
after that. Like after starting the training program, I was mostly focused on counting the calories, and not just the calories. I used to count uh, a bit of macros as well, like how much protein does this item have,
Hmm.
how many calories are there,
Hmm.
how many carbs are there. So
Hmm.
if I've taken like even now, what
Hmm.
happens is when I'm going out to eat, I know like one meal at McDonald's will be like around 1300 calories or so. So
Hmm.
I avoid getting like the regular Coke, and I take Diet Coke,
Hmm.
and I do not have fries. If I'm having fries, I'm gonna be mindful of like the quantity over there. If
Hmm.
I'm having McDonald's in morning, then I'm not gonna eat anything. Like anything isn't like any other junk.
Hmm.
Throughout the day, I'm gonna
Hmm.
count calories. I'm gonna make sure that if I've taken 1300 calories over here, then I'm not gonna have more than 700, 800 calories across the day.
Across the
Uh,
board.
Plus, there were a lot of nibbling, and I would just eat a lot of sweets. I
Hmm.
completely avoided that. I don't eat chocolates as many, like as much chocolate as I used to eat. So I just be mindful of the quantity over there. Like if I have to eat something, if I have to eat Ferrero Rocher, it's just like one
Hmm.
ball of it is more than enough.
Hmm.
So being mindful of how much I'm eating, that really changed the game for me, and I think that's something which I follow now, and
Hmm.
this is something which I need to have as a part of my life.
Got it. So I think I understood more about that, how small bites, like having sweets all the time or having small bites here and there, was kind of very happening frequently for you. So I
Yeah,
think most of the people are not aware that they have some sort of emotional eating patterns as well. Like when I say
yeah,
emotional eating patterns, for example, if I'm just bored in the evening, I'm finishing up my work and there is something on my dining table, I'm just picking it up and I'm just eating it. I will open the cabinet, I will just search for whatever is there and I will end up eating it. So I think
yeah,
most of the times I'm just emotionally eating, maybe not stress eating, but sometimes I'm just bored. I don't want to be bored. I'll eat something. Sometimes when I go to my mother's house, there would be, these some namkeen snacks or some
yeah,
sweets from the wedding invites and everything would be there on the dining table. So when I go, I'm like, yeah, I was not even hungry. Then why I picked up this food? Like why I'm taking like mindless bites? Like okay, I need to taste this as well, taste this as well. So do you relate with this? Like this sort of emotional eating was present in your life as well? And what are two, three incidents which you would like to share regarding emotional eating, stress eating, or your binge eating episodes if you were struggling with any of those issues earlier?
absolutely. Like I think I've been an emotional eater or binge eater all throughout my life, and that was one of the challenges that I had to tackle. The issue here is that I was never hungry when I used to have like whether the Doritos or Lay's, or I don't even have a sweet tooth, but I used to have chocolates every now and then. Why? Because I went to the supermarket and I saw that on the counter and I was like, yeah, okay, let's just have it. Why not?
Hmm.
So I used to just eat all of these things, especially at night time when I used to get bored. I usually go to bed at around 1 or 2 after, all the activities throughout the day.
Hmm.
And when I'm like awake late at night and I'm just watching something or doing something, I would just have this urge to eat anything that's there in the house. And
Hmm.
mostly, like, we don't have anything prepared. So
Hmm.
we go for, let's say, if there's any Maggie, if there's like some snacks, some
Hmm.
Nutella or anything like that, anything that would just satisfy my cravings. So I used
Hmm.
to just binge eat all of those things.
Hmm.
But now I have replaced all of those things with healthy things. Like right now, I'm having this coconut water in the
Hmm.
evening. I just do things like this, that I've replaced all of those things with healthier options. So
Hmm.
instead of going for, like, for example, if I want to eat pizza, I know just a pouch of ketchup is not going to make any difference, but I try to, limit pizza to just 2 to 3 slices and
Hmm.
without any ketchup. So that I replaced there's dry fruits with makhana. I
Hmm.
replaced chocolates with some berries. So
Hmm.
made those kind of changes in my lifestyle.
Hmm. So things are exactly similar as well. Like right now, also you might feel hungry if you are up late at night,
Yeah,
right? You might want to munch on something which is there on the dining table. But now you have replaced those items with something more meaningful. That even if you
yeah,
end up snacking on these particular things, the damage is not that much.
yeah.
Secondly, like I just want to understand that, a lot of people have this fear that, okay, on a diet, we should not be eating a pizza at all. If we are on a diet, we are some different person. If we are not on a diet, then these are two different worlds. Like अगर
Mhm.
डाइटिंग करनी है तो डाइटिंग करो, या अगर पूरा रहना है खुला तो फिर पूरा खुला
Yeah,
रहो. लाइक हम ज्यादा देर के लिए डाइटिंग नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल फॉलो डाइट्स लाइक कि okay, morning mein I will have this tea, I will have this pani, then I will have this chilla, then I will have no carbs after 7 p.m. So that mentality versus a lifestyle way of looking at your nutrition, where you can diet as well, and where you can also enjoy your certain treats once in a while also seeing some consistent results. So what
yeah.
was your experience with that how were you able to manage your cravings, your treats, and also lose approximately 20 kgs of body weight during this time?
hmm So, to address your first point, I like stopped having any snack, like unhealthy snack at my home. So here I don't have any Doritos or nachos or anything at home anymore.
Hmm.
Instead, I just have some healthy options like the dry fruits, makhanas, and fruits, berries, and I started eating. And actually loving carrots and cucumbers. I
Hmm.
absolutely love cucumbers. So
Hmm.
I started having those more and more of those items at home that I can, nibble at.
Hmm.
And to your second point, I was in that all-in mentality that okay, I do not have to even have a single slice of pizza or a single bite of pizza, but I realized that it was not sustainable,
Hmm.
and I cannot just break that kind of connection with the food that I have.
Hmm.
So what I started doing, as you used to call it, like instead of having cheat day, keep it your treat meal or treat day. So I started doing that. So I used to go out with office people, with my friends to eat at restaurants. So
Hmm.
there, I would still eat pizza, but instead of having the whole medium-sized pizza, I would just have 1 or 2 slices of that. But
Hmm.
before doing that, I would eat some salad so that I already feel like a little
Full.
full. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that I do not just, binge eat the whole pizza.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think
And
binge eating, sorry to interrupt you, binge eating is more about, making those psychological shifts, like making some smart planning. For example, you know that if you start with pizza, you are going to not stop. Like, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
If you start with pizza, then you would not eat your salad later on. You
Yeah,
would not ruin
exactly.
your taste buds because that pizza is giving you a different level of kick. So it's about just making some logical decisions, like a preloading strategy which we usually follow. That even if you want to have some, say, dessert, don't have it on an empty stomach. Don't start
Mm-hmm.
your meal with a dessert. Right? Fill your
Mm-hmm.
nutrients first, and then you will give yourself that fighting chance, that logical thinking ki okay, I can
Yeah.
stop in like 2 3 bites or 3 4 bites. But if you immediately go with an emotional decision there, oh yaar, I feel like eating dessert, आज तो भाई पिज्जा खाने का मन है, आज तो सैटरडे है, मजे करेंगे। तो जब आप उसी फीलिंग के साथ जाते हो, then you end up, you don't even realize, but one meal can take up to like 3000 4000 calories. और अगर मैं
Yeah.
माइंडफुल रह रहा हूँ ना, आज की डेट में अगर मैं माइंडफुल रह रहा हूँ, मैं पिज्जा खाने गया हूँ, तो भी मेरी आराम से 800 1000 1200 कैलोरीज तक चली जाती है,
Uh-huh.
अगर मैं माइंडफुल रह रहा हूँ तो जो लोग माइंडफुल नहीं रहते, तो सोचो कहाँ तक वो एक मील में नुकसान कर सकते हैं, और जो पूरा हफ्ता उन्होंने मेहनत की होती है, सारी नलिफाई हो सकती है। व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से अबाउट दैट?
Exactly. So, like as I said earlier, uh, instead of going for the whole cheat day, I would just go for cheat meal, and there as well, like, but I would just focus on like the calories. Like, if I have, this particular thing just came to me psychologically that okay, I worked for these many hours over the week. I don't want all of that to go in vain. So I was like, okay, I have if I eat like let's say one slice of pizza that is around 300 calories, which means like more than one well, like around 1 hour of cycling or anything like that. So I was like, okay, if I eat one slice of pizza, that's equivalent to 1 hour on cycle. So I did not want to do that cycling, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to have an extra slice of pizza just for now. So that particular thing actually helped me because for me personally, cardio, I don't like. I don't like cardio. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna run on treadmill or go on this cycle for an hour for an extra slice of pizza. So that particular thing helped me, kind of avoid the extra slice of pizza. And about the other thing, like going out of calorie budget, that was something which came to me initially. Like in the initial days, I would just eat something. When we go to the restaurants, most of the restaurants don't have like how many calories or protein does this food item have. So I would just eat anything, and then I would realize like, okay, fine, now this is not working out. Probably I have eaten a couple of hundred extra calories, or maybe I need to cut down on like the carbs or whatever. So I tried that kind of thing. I would just consult with you or Aditya, and based on that, I would just customize the plan. And what I did was I came up with a couple of options which I liked, and I stuck to those options for my treat meals. So, for example, if I wanted to have pizza, I would not go to any random pizza place. I knew that, okay, this place makes good pizza. The calories there are these many, so I can just go to this place for pizza. If I want to go for some Thai curry or anything, be like, okay, I know like this place and I've eaten at this place. The calories here are estimated to be like around this. So I'll just stick there. And if I'm overeating on, let's say, a Saturday night, I would just not like balance that out with Sunday meals. Not completely go on fasting, but not go over the board for Sunday calories.
So you'll be like, कि, okay, food is not going to, this pizza is not going to get over tomorrow. This dessert is still going to be here. I don't have to eat
Yeah,
the entire thing today and
yeah,
live in this scarcity mindset. So you are like now very logical that, okay, even if I'm having this treat meal on a Saturday night, I'm not going to go overboard because I know I can come back to this tomorrow as well, or maybe
yeah,
next week as well. But right now, my priority is my health, or changing this, what I'm trying to change. For example, you losing 20
exactly.
kgs, that also
Mm.
comes with a lot of decision making. Like, someone at your place can act emotionally there, like, okay, no यार, एक दिन तो मुझे मिलता है काम के बाद, छुट्टी हुई है, आज तो खाना बनता है। ओके, बनता है, like if you think that it बनता है, then you should not be complaining about next day, jumping on the weighing scale and feeling guilty about it, because you know that you
Yeah,
are not making logical decisions, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? This particular thing is like quite real. In the initial few weeks, I was losing weight, and then after that, if I had anything junk, let's say, since we are talking about pizza, so if I would have just let's say half a pizza or anything like that, the next day my weight would shoot up by like 1.5 kgs or anything like that, and I was like, okay, I lost so much weight, and I've
hmm,
just had like half a pizza, and my weight gained by like 1.5 kgs. And
hmm,
then later, I got to know that it was water retention.
hmm,
Even so, like sodium has a lot of water retention properties. So it's like when
right,
I'm having normal regular Coke, which
hmm,
has a lot of sodium, my weight would increase.
hmm,
So I was like, okay, if I'm putting an effort for this, even for losing that water weight, I had to put in some extra efforts. So it was
hmm,
not just the fat that was going up, it
hmm,
was the body weight as well, even though
hmm,
it was just the water weight. So I needed to
right,
put in extra efforts for that.
hmm,
And like coming from Indian society,
hmm, hmm,
coming from the Indian society, it's very normal and it's very given that you do not leave any food item on your plate. So if you're eating anything, you have to eat everything. So even if it is like rice or dal, if you're having it and you're
hmm,
not measuring it and you're
hmm,
just gonna eat it. So it's like very Indian thing that we do not waste food. So someone told me
hmm,
that whether you are once you are done and you still keep on eating the food, so
hmm.
it means like you are still dumping the food inside your body. So do not think that putting the leftover food in, let's say, fridge or dustbin is going to be something not so good, because otherwise you're going to do that to your body and you're considering your body as a dumpster.
Wow,
So
this is
avoid doing
wow.
that.
Wow, like you just said that stop treating your body like a garbage. Like if that food is now like a leftover and you know that you are now full, you don't have to finish that entirely just
Just
because
for a second.
it's a dump. Like it's not a garbage. Food waste to waste, yeah, it's fine. Like you don't have to
Yeah,
overthink on it. God has given you that leverage. God has given you that, privilege that okay, अगर रह भी गया है, वो लोग ना उसको इमोशनली घुसा देते हैं कि देखो
exactly.
दुनिया में खाना नहीं मिल रहा लोगों को, तुम्हारे पास खाना है, अगर खाना है तो अगली बारी कम ले लेंगे यार, इसमें क्या है।
Yeah,
ठीक है, तो वो आई थिंक दैट इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल थिंग, दैट स्टॉप ट्रीटिंग योर बॉडी लाइक अ गार्बेज, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट। इफ यू ट्रीट इट लाइक अ गार्बेज, इट इज गोइंग टू शो अप
yeah.
like a garbage. So I think that's a very beautiful statement. Overall, like what were your three major struggles, like three major struggles earlier when you used to, I'm sure that you must have tried getting fitter or losing weight before as well. How was
Hmm.
this experience different from your past experiences? Because you told me that you lost 15-20 kgs in the past as well, but you ended up regaining it back. So
Yeah.
what do you think is the major difference which you did this time, and why do you think you will be able to hold on to these results or these habits from here? Like, I just want to understand a basic difference, what you did differently this time.
Yeah. So the first thing is when I lost like around 25 kgs the last time, and I gained a lot of weight after that, obviously. So that time I did crash dieting. I would not eat anything. I was not tracking my macros. I was not considering the protein. I was not considering anything. I was just like, okay, fine, I have to eat less and eat less of everything. And I
Mm,
had completely gone off sugar, gone off like junk food or outside food, or just had like, let's say, a bowl of yogurt or some fruits. I was not being mindful of when I'm eating and what I am eating. I was just like, okay, I'm eating less. But then
mm,
I later realized that it's not about eating less, it's about eating right.
mm,
So later, even though I started eating more, I
mm,
was later, as in like after this program started, I
mm,
started eating more than I used to eat the other time.
mm,
And I felt better. I never felt like never felt low on energy. I never felt out tired. I felt energetic. So that
mm,
is one difference.
mm,
The other one is like so after my first weight loss journey, I had some medical conditions because of which I could not continue going to the gym for
mm,
around a month, 2 months.
mm,
And in those 2 months, I'd gained like 4, 5 kgs. I'd lost 25 kgs before that, and then I'd gained 5 kgs. So I was
Hmm.
like, okay, you know what? This is how it is, and I have to just deal with it. So I'd
Hmm.
completely given up on that. But
Hmm.
then after that, like it kept on increasing, and after a point I was like, okay, no, I cannot just go that way. I have to go back to that particular phase and
Hmm.
then maintain it, and this time I have to go sustainably. That
Hmm.
time I was not working with like any trainer.
Hmm.
I was just speaking with people here and there, and then I
Hmm.
started working with a couple of trainers after that, but I never kept it sustainable, and I could never continue with that, so
Hmm.
I had to drop in between.
So you took
This
some
time,
PTs or as well in United States, like the one-on-one sessions.
I was in Germany that time. So yes,
Okay.
there,
In
yeah.
Germany, you took like one-on-one sessions with the trainer, and that also didn't help you a lot, like because it was not fixing the core issue which you had was improving your relationship with food or understanding calories or the science behind it.
Exactly, exactly. So that's why it was not sustainable. And
Hmm.
after joining this training program, it became more and more sustainable.
Hmm.
Now it comes naturally to me. I do not
Hmm.
think about, I do not have to put in a lot of efforts about like, I have to eat this, I have to eat that. I've replaced a lot of things like just by default. So instead
Hmm.
of going for, let's say, white bread, I go for whole grain bread.
Hmm.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
So whenever I'm going shopping, it's just like, okay, fine. I don't even look at white bread because I know that's not something that I want to eat anymore. And I do not feel the difference between that.
Hmm.
I stopped having sugar completely. I replaced it with sugar free.
Hmm.
And that's what I eat. And it's
Hmm.
not like something which I miss. I do not miss sugar at all. And making these small changes in your lifestyle is the way to be sustainable about your weight loss
But do
journey.
you
And
still
now it's
enjoy some sort of desserts once in a while?
Like once in a while, yes. I don't have a sweet tooth, so I don't usually like sweet things. But once in a
Hmm.
while, if it's someone's wedding or some special occasion, there's some cake or anything like that, I do
Hmm.
not mind that. I just have it then.
Yeah, this is
But
especially I'm covering this point because this is especially for those people who are like very much inclined towards sweets, and they should not get a message that, oh, I need to leave sugar completely. You will have your own journey, like just like you have done some replacements for the savory snacks or something like that. With the sweet part as well, for example, one of my client was asking me the other day, Abhinav, yaar, I need that sugar in my tea. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, take 1 teaspoon of sugar in both cups of tea. That's totally cool. But why don't we try one thing as well parallelly, that you take one tea with the normal sugar which you usually take, and try another tea with monk sweetener. Like you're
hmm,
having 2 cups of tea throughout the day, 1 cup with sugar, that's fine. 1 cup with, just try it out. If it works,
huh,
it works. If it doesn't work, I am not stopping you. You can have another teaspoon of sugar because I know it's just 30 calories. 30
yeah,
calories, 30 calories, we can adjust it somehow. So sugar is not an enemy. But dependency on sugar, that is something which we need to come out from. Like you are not a sweet tooth, right? You are not
exactly.
controlled by sugar. You can control sugar at your own terms. Like you don't need an ice cream or you don't need a biscuit every single day. You just have a sweet
Yeah,
tooth. There are different alternatives to it, and once in a while, if you want to enjoy a dessert, for example, you tell yourself that twice a week I'm going to enjoy that brownie or that cake. Have it, but don't have it empty stomach. Account for the calories it brings it. For example, 200 calories
exactly.
dessert twice a week, that's totally fine. But if you're mindlessly binging on a tub every single night just because
Hmm,
it is in your house or in your refrigerator, that is bad because that way sugar is playing around with you. You are not playing around with that, and that if you're losing that kind of self control, that's a very bad position to be in because being human
exactly.
beings, we only thing which we should be proud of is our mental control. Otherwise, what's the difference between a dog or an animal or a human beings? There is no
Exactly.
difference, right? They don't understand. They don't have the power to say no or control their choices. But you have. आजकल तो like हमारे dogs भी like they control their will. They will
Yeah.
also like कुछ ऐसा ही दिया तो they will not eat it. So why are you eating like crap shit?
Yeah.
मेरा डॉग अगर उसमें तो सिंपल रोटी दूं वो नहीं खाएगा. बट उसको
Hmm.
दही हो साथ में उसको ना चिकन चिकन डाल के दो, कहता अब खाऊंगा मैं.
Uh,
वो भूखा रह लेगा भाई. लाइक लिटरली
yeah.
हमें सीखना चाहिए कुछ लाइक सो. आई एम सो सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू बट यू वर सेइंग
Yeah.
समथिंग.
Hey, I was just saying that this definitely makes sense, and like as I told earlier as well, कि if I'm eating something sweet, तो उसके next day I would just compensate for that. So next day I would focus on some low calorie, high satiation food.
Hmm.
So just that, like next day, for example, you gave an example about the tea. So I also have tea without sugar, but still there's milk and like some other things. So
Hmm.
next day I would avoid that. Any liquid calorie, I avoid that. So that
Hmm.
just compensates for the extra calories that I've had the previous night.
Hmm. Chalo, that's
Yeah.
great, guys. So overall, I think overall you have had your journey, you have had your experience, and can you tell me, like, after 6 months of training with Team Train like AJ, what tangible or non-tangible goals you were able to achieve, which you are proud of? Like, if you have to define your top three wins from the program, what would that
Mhm. One is definitely losing the weight.
be? Hmm.
So that is given.
So approximately how
Second,
much you lost? 20 kgs, and along with
20
that,
kgs.
what is the
Yeah.
difference between your jean size or clothing size which you are wearing now normally?
So earlier I used to wear 34, 36. Now I
Hmm.
wear 30.
So six
And
inches approximately you lost from the waistline.
yeah.
Hmm.
And shirt I used to wear XL or L. And
Hmm.
now I wear medium or small. Right now I'm wearing medium.
Hmm. That's also a
Yeah.
little loose. You can still go with the
Yeah.
S as well if you want, but it's a preference. Like some, I like little looser clothes on my skin, so I think it's better.
Yeah. So medium, I usually go for medium clothes and like yeah, that's my current standing. My weight has been pretty much 80 kgs plus minus 500 grams for the last 2 weeks, I would say. I've
Hmm.
been eating like the as per the calories,
Hmm.
and I've been going to the gym as well.
Hmm.
And I think that 80 is what I was targeting initially as well.
Hmm.
Now I need to focus more on my muscle definition. So that's like the next phase of my, I won't call it
Muscle building.
phase, weight loss journey, but just transformation journey.
But focusing more on muscle building rather than just now weight, because you're already 20 kgs down and you have already built a good muscle mass as well alongside. But now,
Exactly.
moving forward from here, the answer would not be lesser calories. The answer would
Yeah.
be more stable calories in your nutrition. But more than that, a better training, like progressive overload is there. The split is nice. You're progressively tracking your numbers in the weight room as well, because
Mhm.
initially these things don't matter. Initially, once you're just building a base, what matters is consistency in your workouts. Like 3 6 months of consistency, you build a strong base, you build a strong habit of going to the gym, you're
Yeah.
consistently lifting with a good form. I think we were able to
Yeah.
help you out with that as well. And now you have the data, you have the experience, you have that confidence that now I like coming to the gym as well. So now you can take the muscle building game up while making sure that the basics are still on point, like calorie tracking. Now from here, if your intensity of the workout is more, you can also increase your calories a little bit, maybe
Exactly.
coming from protein or carbs depending on the training intensity as well. So that is good. So one of the tangible wins which you were able to do was lose 20 kgs and
Yeah.
lose cup, like almost drop like one or two sizes from your body, more
Yeah.
than that. What else would you like to label as a win? Like what other two wins you were able to achieve?
Second is like the relationship with food. I would say
Hmm.
this is like one intangible win.
Hmm.
Um, this has just become a mentality and I would say mindset that I do not have to worry about food anymore. I do not feel like I'm gonna overeat or undereat because subconsciously, whatever I'm eating, I'm like calculating the calories and the other aspects of food. So that's another win I would say.
Hmm.
And for that, sometimes like when I'm cooking at home, I'm definitely measuring. I have a weighing scale at my kitchen.
Hmm.
Uh, and I just make sure that whatever I'm eating, even if it is from outside, if I've placed one takeaway or ordered something in, I
Hmm.
would measure the weight of the food that I'm eating. So this is something which has become like mindset. So this
गिन
is
गिन के
second
खाना
one.
क्यों खाते हो यार तुम? मतलब हम नहीं कर सकते, गिन गिन के खाना नहीं खा सकते? मतलब ऐसे ही तो गिन गिन के खा रहा है दिपेश यार, ये थोड़ी सस्टेनेबल हुआ। व्हाट वुड यू हैव टू से अबाउट दैट?
सो इनिशियली लाइक कुछ फूड आइटम्स रहते हैं जो शुरुआत में लगता है कि हाँ गिन गिन के खा लो। फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे बाहर से राइस ऑर्डर किया, ठीक है, बिरयानी ऑर्डर करिए, तुमने वे कर लिया एक बार, यू डोंट नो कि एक पोर्शन पोर्शन तुमको मालूम है इतना बड़ा आता है, लेकिन यू डोंट नो कितना होगा, तुम्हें लगेगा 200 ग्राम्स है, 250 ग्राम्स है। इट टर्न्स आउट टू बी 700 800 ग्राम्स। सो वंस यू जस्ट वे, तुम्हें मालूम होता है कि नेक्स्ट टाइम से कितना खाना है और कितना रखना है, बचाना है। सो
हम्म।
दैट वे इट्स जस्ट यू नो कि एक बार कर लिया, दो बार कर लिया, उसके बाद में यू जस्ट गेट एन आइडिया ऑफ लाइक हाउ मच इट वेज। For
हम्म।
example, rice beef, if I'm cooking, I know like 50 gram rice. Basically, like I have one spoon, kind of a spoon. So I scoop, I would say, like it's something similar to whey protein scoop.
हम्म।
Yeah. So I have that one. Initially, I would just make like 4 or 5 scoop of rice for two people, and then when I started weighing, I noticed that one scoop is around 100 gram. And I
हम्म।
realized that okay, 100 gram for like initially I was having like 200 grams or something like that, and now I know that if I have to not weigh and I have to make rice, I know I'm just gonna have like one scoop of rice for two people.
So quantification helps you in a way which makes your understanding about food better, about your portion sizes better, and then
Yeah.
even if you're going out, it gives you that leverage to have those calculations that even if you're eyeballing things, being more mindful, you're being more on track, rather than
Yes.
someone who does not have knowledge. For example, they don't know anything about protein. They know is dal, rajma, chole, or paneer, or maybe
Yeah.
chicken. That's what they know, right? So for someone, the first step always should be to understand calories, to understand the basics. Okay, this is
Yeah.
my portion. I need, according to my body, 50 grams or 100 grams. I'm talking about the raw weight. Someone might need 50, 80, or 100 grams,
Yeah.
depending. 100 grams is something someone is on a gaining goal, right? if,
Yeah.
if you are losing weight, you should be having like 40 to 60 grams of rice in one serving. That is in raw form. In cooked form, it can be around 150 to 180 grams. That's a lot on your plate.
Yeah. That's a lot.
If
Yeah.
you club it with good amount of fiber and good amount of protein, it's a very filling meal, and most of you would not be able to finish it as well because you are not used to eating fiber or protein alongside, right? But
Yeah.
later on, once you are knowing the portion sizes better, once you are using that small kit food measuring scale, you just
Yeah.
understand your portion sizes better, and that gives you a lot of leverage in making those decisions outside as well. A lot of people
Yeah.
think कि यार हम गिन गिन के खाना थोड़ी खाएंगे, हम नहीं गिन सकते। तुम मत गिनो, फिर तुम अपना वेट भी गिनना छोड़ दो।
Yeah.
You should
You know,
not
I
be
have
worried about that as well then.
Yeah, I have one thing to say here.
Hmm.
कैसा कई बार होता है कि when we look at the colors, we know like, okay, this is brown, this is black, this is blue. This
Hmm.
is exactly what happens with food. तुम बाहर खाते हो, like when you start measuring at home, and then उसके बाद में कहीं बाहर खाते हो या घर पे भी बनाते हो, तो you know like, okay, this is 100 gram, this is 150 gram. Okay, we are not able to figure out the difference between navy blue and let's say dark navy blue.
Hmm.
तो वही रहता है कि 150 ग्राम 160 ग्राम के बीच में वैसा ही डिफरेंस वी कैन नॉट फिगर आउट, बट स्टिल यू कैन जस्ट लुक एट द कलर एंड से दैट ओके दिस इज सम शेड ऑफ ब्लू।
आइडिया हो जाता है, लाइक rather than
या
not knowing anything about it, you get a better idea and that stays with you,
या
right? That for example, अभी आप कितनी टाइम इंडिया से लगा के आए हो, कितना टाइम आप इंडिया में थे?
अराउंड अ मंथ।
अराउंड अ मंथ आप वहां पे थे, तो लाइक व्हाट वाज योर बिफोर वेट इंडिया से? जब आप गए हो, कितने वेट पे आप गए थे इंडिया में?
अराउंड 83 83.5 केजीज।
आप एक महीने के बाद वापस आए हो, क्या वे आपने किया होगा अपने आप को?
80.5, सो मेरा वेट अराउंड 3 केजीज लूज हुआ।
वहां पे आपने वेडिंग एंजॉय की, सब किया, तो बहुत ज्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्शन में थे, रोज सैलेड खा रहे थे आप?
नहीं 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 नहीं, इनफैक्ट ऑपोजिट था कि रोज मैं सैलेड खा ही नहीं रहा था, लाइक आई हार्डली हैड एनी सैलेड आई गेस।
मैंने
बाहर
कह के
फ्रेंड्स
भेजा था भाई सैलेड से शुरू करना, आपने किया नहीं हो। चलो आगे
स- तो ठीक, फ्रेंड मैं शादी में गया, शादी में वी हैड लाइक देयर वाज अ बुफे, जितना खाना है जो खाना है देयर वाज देयर, लेकिन आई डिड नॉट ओवर ईट देयर, आई वाज लाइक ओके फाइन, देयर आई हैड सम सैलेड, उसके बाद में आई हैड लाइक व्हाटएवर वाज देयर। आई मेड श्योर दैट आई वाज नॉट हैविंग समथिंग व्हिच वाज वेरी कैलोरिफिक, लाइक आई डिड नॉट ईट लॉट ऑफ डेजर्ट्स, वहां पे देयर वाज लाइक चॉकलेट फाउंटेन एंड व्हाट नॉट। So I did not eat any of those in large quantities. I had just a little bit of moong dal ka halwa and gajar ka halwa. That's it.
Hmm.
And like mostly, even when I was having roti, I had just like half a naan with
Hmm.
some rice and paneer and dal.
Hmm.
And on a usual day when I was at home, I would just eat home cooked meals. I already told my mom that, okay, listen, I'm not going to eat any fried things or anything like that. So I didn't have any papads or chips or anything fried. I was mostly having like very sattvic home cooked meals like dal, chawal, sabzi, roti, in all my like in
Hmm.
1 or 2 times a day. If I'm having one meal at home, I would have another meal somewhere outside, and there I would make sure that I'm not eating a lot of junk foods. I would eat, instead of eating pizza, I would eat, let's say, hara bhara kebab or paneer
Hmm.
tikka or something which is like, if I'm eating some calories, there should be some protein going in my
There
body.
should be some nutrient profile to it, and you were not
Yeah,
overdoing anything. Like जो आप avoid कर सकते थे, जो आपकी worth it नहीं लगता आपको. जैसे मुझे
yeah,
कोक वर्थ इट नहीं लगती, मुझे कोई भी
yeah.
फ्राइड फूड में पर्सनली मुझे कैलोरीज इन्वेस्ट करना, मतलब मेरे को वर्थ इट नहीं लगता. वंस इन अ वाइल मैं करता हूँ, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द
Hmm.
टाइम मेरा यार मैं ये खाऊंगा, ये 1000-1500 कैलोरीज हो जाएगी, इससे अच्छा मैं कुछ और खा लेता हूँ ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में, वो ज्यादा बेटर. तो वो एक आपको, आई थिंक वो जर्नी में रहने के बाद आपको
Exactly.
अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो गई कि व्हाट इज वर्थ इट फॉर योर बॉडी एंड व्हाट इज नॉट. एंड घर जाके भी जैसे आपने बोला, मम्मी प्यार करते हो ठीक है, बट वो प्यार बहुत ज्यादा घी या ऑयल में मत निकालो. आई विल ईट होम कुक मील. क्योंकि काफी लोग क्या करते हैं, वो कहते हैं नहीं यार हमारे घर वालों ने हमें खिला दिया. अरे तुम
Yeah,
वैसे बहुत अच्छे हो, घर वालों के बच्चे जैसे बहुत आज्ञाकारी बच्चे रहे हो तुम, बट जब
yeah,
खाने की और हेल्थ की बारी आती है तो तुम्हें घर पे सब कुछ सुनना है. एंड
yeah.
सो आई थिंक वो एक कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी बिहेवियर होता है, और समहाउ ये गलती खुद की होती है कि तुम बस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना नहीं चाहते. यू ऑलवेज वो हैव टू फाइंड अ रीजन. वो काम का स्ट्रेस हो गया इसलिए वेट बढ़ गया, स्ट्रेस ईटिंग हो गई इसलिए बढ़ गया. यू आर नॉट एक्टिवली लुकिंग फॉर सॉल्यूशंस. And I want to
Ex-
appreciate you that what kind of a solution mindset you have. And I remember our first call. I'll show the clips of first call and this call as well. Massive difference, bhai. Like I remember, I have the recording as well for the first call. If I
Mhm.
send you that link of that video, you will be shocked that what kind of difference you have created. So it is not
Yeah.
a physical difference. If you really want to create a difference, create a mental difference, and that's what you have done, Dipesh. And that's the biggest positive in your journey, according to me, that your
Yeah.
mentality has changed. Like how you look at health, how you look at food, that has changed. You don't look food as from a scarcity mindset. You look it from an abundance mindset. You don't look
Yeah.
fitness as a saza or as a punishment. You look at it as something which is empowering you, which is making you stronger, which is helping you to have better kind of thoughts. So I think
Mhm.
this is something which people should focus on, rather than oh यार ट्रेनर रख लिया, उसने इतना कार्डियो करवा दिया, ओ यार डाइटिशियन रख ली, डाइट पे है भाई, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, 7 बजे के बाद खाना नहीं खा. If you are craving about your fitness journey, then you are doing something wrong about it. It's as
True.
simple as that, right? So,
Yeah. इंटेंशन होना बहुत जरूरी है. इफ यू आर नॉट इंटेंशनल अबाउट योर फिटनेस जर्नी, देन nobody can take you there.
hmm. And I think you were very sure the first call which we had, you were like कि नहीं मुझे अभी पे करना है, like I want to pay right now. You paid on the call itself.
Hmm.
You were like कि नहीं 6 महीने तो 6 महीने, I am all in for that. So
हाँ.
that kind of mindset is also very much important. और मुझे पता, आप internship कर रहे थे उस टाइम पे. You were working
हाँ.
a 9 to 5 full time internship in a different city in Seattle, and you were not having the full kitchen access as well, right?
हाँ.
So बाहर से खाना खा के आपने कैसे वेट लॉस कर लिया भाई? मतलब बाहर से आप कैसे खाते थे? मतलब हाउ वर यू बैलेंसिंग इट?
सो फर्स्ट थिंग वाज कि किचन था, एक आई वुड से किचनेट था, तो ज्यादा एक्सेस नहीं था किचन का, बस लिमिटेड एक्सेस था.
बेसिक
सो
एक्सेस था आपके पास?
हाँ, बेसिक एक्सेस था. तो लाइक आई वुड हैव थिंग्स जो कि घर पे मैं उधर यूज कर सकता हूँ. तो मोस्टली लाइक जैसे कभी ग्रेवी बनाना हुआ, चिकन ग्रेवी बनाना हुआ, तो वंस इन अ वीक आई वुड कुक दैट. बाहर कभी जाना रहता था, विच वाज मोस्टली द केस. तो उस समय ओवर ईटिंग, लाइक मोस्टली मुझे तो ये लगता है कि मेरा जितना वेट गेन हुआ है पहले भी एंड मेंटेन नहीं हो पाया है, दैट वाज बिकॉज ऑफ ओवर ईटिंग. तो आई कंप्लीटली स्टॉप्ड ओवर ईटिंग. एंड एज आई टोल्ड कि लाइक मैंने लाइक पहले पोर्शन साइज ज्यादा ले लिया एंड देन उसके बाद में इसको फेंकना नहीं है, सो आई जस्ट डंप एवरीथिंग इन माय बॉडी. तो आई अवॉइडेड दैट. तो वो
हम्म.
काफी ज्यादा डिफरेंस आया. सेकेंडली जो मील्स थी, मॉर्निंग के टाइम पे आई वुड हैव ओट्स. Oats is something that you can make at home, so like overnight oats with fruits and milk. That was something that I could easily make at home
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
limited access to kitchen.
Hmm.
Some other things like I got like prepared rotis, so I just had to heat it up and then they were ready to eat. And they were like low in calories, so I would not just order anything from outside. Sometimes when I was working, or sometimes when I did not have time to cook, then I would order from someplace else. So I would just, I'd given you a list of all the restaurants near me that I was like okay to eat from. And you went through the restaurants list and recommended a few
I
places
sent
like
you
I
the
remember.
list of like 10, 12 restaurants and how you can order from there. I remember that.
Yeah. So I think that also helped a lot. That gave me an idea about like, okay, what I can, just have it on or have on a daily basis.
Hmm.
Most of my lunches were in the office, so I would not cook anything at home. Almost never carried anything for my lunch. I had it there, so I made sure that I was not eating. Since it was a daily affair for me to eat outside, I made sure that I'm not eating anything junk. Yeah,
Hmm.
there were times when over the weekend I would just eat outside. I would go for dal bati or any high calorific thing. But then I would make sure that I'm not eating more than one or two batis. Like they were small in size, so I was not eating one or two batis, and I'm not having a lot of calories like this. And I also avoided alcohol because somehow it happens that when you drink you tend to eat a lot more. So
Just are
I,
not in a good state of mind. You like कि यार
yeah,
भाई देख लेगा कल वो वाला
yeah.
वाला mindset आ जाता है. So you're not able to make quality decisions.
Yeah, so I avoided drinking as well. And making a change of drinking habit was quite important as well, because not only do they make you eat extra, but they are calorific as well, very high in calories. काफी
Hmm.
सारी cocktails जो रहती है उसमें sugar syrup डाला रहता है. So they are anyways each cocktail is around 500 calories or 600 calories. And if you're having, let's say, a fun night and you want to go crazy and have 10 cocktails, you are easily taking 5,000 calories. So
Hmm.
that is something that you don't even count for. So
Hmm.
that is something which I completely stopped. I avoided any cocktails. I only had limited and portion drink, and made sure that I was not overeating after
Hmm.
drinking. And saying no to food after drinking was something that I'll count as my another win.
Hmm. Wow. Chalo, that's great, bhai. I think overall, what a journey. Like literally, it's not just about a before after. It's more about the meaning you have created for yourself in different areas of your life. So I want to congratulate you for that, and want to wish you all the best for ahead. One last thing, that if you have to recommend team train like Abhinav Jain to anyone, whom would you recommend and why would you recommend?
I would recommend it to anyone who is just set on their fitness journey and
Hmm.
they are lost in their journey, like where to start, how to start, when to start. So I would say I can tell you when to start. It's now.
Hmm.
But how to start, where to start, everything else, Abhinav will tell you about that.
Hmm.
And my experience with Abhinav has been amazing. And I could not have done this. I could not have just been on this journey without your help and Team Abhinav's help. So I think if you want to just get direction towards your fitness journey, then now is the time.
Hmm. Chalo, bhai. Thank you so much. And it was lovely talking to you and
Thanks.
revising everything what we did. And
Yeah.
just wishing you all the best from here.
Thank you so much. And thank you for setting me on the right path.